We've all heard the story Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, the fall, and most people were taught that this was about disobedience, about sin, about being cast out. But what if the fall wasn't just a punishment? What if it was a lesson about separation? Not separation from a place, but separation within ourselves. Because if we're being honest, separation is something we've all felt, feeling disconnected from peace, disconnected from ourselves, disconnected from love, even when it's right in front of us. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone. You can have everything you thought you wanted and still feel like something's missing. And most people don't understand why. They try to fix it externally. But the truth is that feeling didn't start in your current life situation. It's something deeper, it's something ancient, and the story of the fall explains it. The fall from Eden is often taught as the moment humanity was separated from God. But let's look at it differently. Before the fall, there was no shame, no fear, no overthinking, no self consciousness. There was just being, unity, connection, peace. Then awareness shifted. So the moment they ate from the tree, they didn't just gain knowledge, they gained perspective of separation. So they saw themselves differently. They felt exposed. They became aware of lack. And what followed? Fear, hiding, disconnection. Not because God left them, you know, but because their state of being changed. And that is the real fall. So let's break this down, to what this actually means for us, because this isn't just a story, it's something we experience internally. So the first thing is, separation begins in the mind, not reality. So the moment awareness shifted in Eden, so did perception. Nothing externally immediately changed, but internally, everything did. And that's how separation works. You can be loved and still feel unloved. You can be safe and still feel anxious, because separation is not always about what's happening around you. It's about what you believe within you. So the second thing is that shame is one of the first signs of separation. After the fall, the first thing that showed up was shame. They hid. And this is something we still do. We hide parts of ourselves. We feel like we're not enough. We believe we have to be different to be accepted. And that shame creates distance, not just from others, but from ourselves. The third thing is fear replaces trust. Before the fall, there was trust. After the fall, there was fear. Fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of losing connection. And fear changes how we love. So instead of being open, we protect, we control, we overthink, and that creates more separation. The fourth thing is we begin to look outside of ourselves for what we really are. After the fall, humanity began searching. We were searching for validation, for identity, for worth. But before the fall, none of that was needed because everything already existed within. And this is what we still do today. We search for peace, for love, for wholeness outside of ourselves, not realizing that what we've been separated from internally. So the fifth thing is the separation from God is really a loss of awareness of connection. So this is the deepest part. The story says humanity was separated from God. But what if God never left? What if the separation is in awareness? In Eden, there was unity. After the fall, there was perception of distance, and that same thing happens within us. We're not disconnected. We just need to feel connected, and that changes everything. So what do we do with this? Well, the first thing is we stop seeing separation as something that's happening to us. and start seeing it as something happening within us. The second thing is, we begin to question the thoughts and the beliefs that make us feel disconnected, because not every thought is truth. And the third thing is we start returning to presence, because presence is where connection exists, not in overthinking, not in fear, not in projection, but in awareness. And this is where your journey begins to shift, because the path from Eden to ascension isn't about finding something new. It's about remembering what was never truly lost. So the fall wasn't the end, it was the beginning of awareness. And the moment we moved from unconscious unity into conscious separation, but here's the truth: separation is not permanent. It's something that we experience so we can learn how to return. And every time you choose awareness over fear, truth over illusion, or presence over disconnection, you take a step back towards that inner Eden. So if this message resonated with you, if you're starting to see your own experience in a deeper way, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this journey from understanding to healing to ascension, we're walking it step by step. And I'll see you guys in the next video.